I've had the opportunity to witness multiple transitions in technology. I'm sure there were many more before I was born, but the ones that stand out to me, there used to be a time where you had to point your antenna to a certain tower in order to get television signal, and then cable television came around. You could pay $30 and get triple the channels and never have to adjust your antenna again. Sign me up. The internet. In a very short order, people were starting to log onto the internet all over the place. There was AOL online. People ditched that. Instead of doing this dial-up thing with AOL, they just went straight to the internet, started using browsers like Microsoft Internet Explorer, Thunderbird, and Firefox. There was a Netscape navigator out there also. But anyway, very rapid adoption. Another one that was recently occurred was Netflix used to have a subscription service where they would mail you a DVD, and then they started to think, well, how about if we just have them grab it off the internet so we didn't have to mail it to them anymore? And all of a sudden, in a very short amount of time, there's something called a streaming service, which became a new product. Everyone started to ditch cable and satellite and broadcast television and just go to streaming services and get their stuff on demand and binge watch. Boom, new product. EVs are reaching a similar tipping point. Every time I turn around, there's some new news story just in the past couple of months. Here is Apple Corp recognizing they're losing market share to Google because they don't have an EV navigation system in their Maps app. So in iOS 17, Apple is incorporating EV charging into the Apple Maps. They wouldn't do that if they felt if we don't do this, people in EVs are going to stop using our products. This is not some niche group of environmentalists who have a couple of EVs that Apple is playing to. This is a mass market adjustment from a Fortune 50 company. 7 global automakers are unifying. Just saying that alone is staggering. Are unifying in order to bring DC fast charging across North America, the United States, and Canada in a gas station style approach with convenience stores, restrooms, and DC fast chargers, spending billions of dollars of their money in order to put in EV infrastructure. They would not be doing this if they felt this was just some passing fancy. If they felt that this was just a risk in a venture, they would not be pouring this amount of capital into it. They're pouring billions of dollars into infrastructure throughout the United States and Canada. The number one car on the planet by sales volume, an electric vehicle, Tesla Model Y. These are not some people who are hoping that environment will change if they go EV. These are just people recognizing that right now the right thing to do is get an EV for their own personal best interest because it costs less to operate. The maintenance is very low. You don't have to swing by gas stations once a week in order to top off. You just plug in your garage. So it feels like damn near half the planet has got a Tesla Model Y. I don't know about you, but the things are all over the place. I can't go from here to the grocery store without passing 20 Tesla Model Ys coming in the opposite direction. Here is Interstate 10. If you look up here where that RV is, that's Interstate 10 up there. There's 28 superchargers here. You might think, wow, that's quite a lot of superchargers. Yes, it is a lot of superchargers. Just think about all that technical infrastructure that's going into the ground and the cost it took to do that. But Tesla is not stopping there. They're expanding this site with an additional 96 superchargers, making this a site that's going to have more than 100 DC fast chargers along an interstate corridor. This is major national infrastructure we're talking about getting built out. This is not the only 100 stall DC fast charger location in the United States either. There's another one in Bakers, California that also has a megawatt DC fast charger for Tesla semis put in. This is not like some theoretical proof of concept at a Tesla factory where they're testing things out. This is along an interstate corridor. This is heavy investment. Also, just a few months ago, we woke up and every automaker in the planet decided to use the North American charging standard in the space of a couple of weeks. Um, the collaboration among these automakers in order to bring a unified standard out of necessity speaks volumes. In the state of California, which is often called a bellwether state, Toyota has reigned supreme for a very long time as the brand selling the most cars. They have been unseated by Tesla. The number one car in the state of California by sales volume is the Tesla Model Y. The number two car in the state of California by sales volume is the Tesla Model 3. The number one brand in the state of California by volume is Tesla. And you can see these numbers. It's not even close. And these are not people who are trying to prove a point by putting in some extra money in order to go electric because they feel their conscience requires them to do something good for the environment. These are people who are going to work every day and looked at the numbers, and it just makes sense in order to put an electric car in the garage because you don't have to go to the gas station. It costs a hell of a lot less to operate. This is what you call a tipping point. It is super clear. So if you have any doubt whether or not EVs are here to stay, if they're a passing fancy, they're going to go away and we're just going to keep driving around in gas cars, we're not. This is very clear that we're in one of those transitional phases, like from antenna TV to cable TV, from using mail or telephones to instead using the internet for communications. The birth of social media and browsers, all that happened very quickly. Streaming services is another example I have. And now what we're staring down the barrel of a gun of is a very rapid adoption rate for electric vehicles. It is just super clear to me. I can't wake up without having some headline story come across about how EV adoption is happening and they're mining lithium in Nevada, or Canada is able to produce battery-grade lithium for the 7 new EV plants that are going to be produced. Every morning, and I don't go around looking for this stuff, and it's not like a algorithm is just cherry-picking news articles for me. These are large companies making major investments in order to accommodate a mass adoption which is occurring as we speak. Anyway, I was just going over some news articles and I just couldn't stand it anymore. I had to come on and make a video. So sorry for the rant. Thanks for watching.